morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today I've got, news of a card that we've been waiting for, and we've really been wanting, and news of some other cards which we've not been waiting for, and I'm not entirely sure who wants them, but then again there is a rather gigantic caveat. But let's start off with the news that so many of us have been waiting for so long now. Pikachu on the ball! It's finally here! Now, I did actually show you in an opening a couple of days ago that I had gone and picked these up, but now it's time to explain to you how exactly you get them and why exactly it's a big deal. You see, initially what happened was that there were 5 on the ball cards, but they were split into 2 groups. Group number 1 had all of the first partner Pokemon from Gen 8, Sobble on the ball, Grookey on the ball, and Scorbunny on the ball, along with Eevee on the ball. And what these cards did was very simple. You went along to Game, a shop in England, and you spent £15 on Pokemon cards or more, and you got one of these for free. And it was nice and simple. As a side note, I've had a lot of people getting very upset about the fact that they are England only, and any time Pokemon ever posts about these promos, you get a lot of angry people going, England only? Yes, obviously it's England only. It is a crossover with the English Football Association, and all of the cards feature the Pokemon in the England football kit. This isn't a Welsh thing or a Scottish thing. This is an English promotion tying in with the English football team. So it was always going to be England only. Now, don't get me wrong. If this was a crossover with the Welsh football team, I'd be driving to Wales to try and get these. It's not that far. I can get to Wales in like 3 hours, so I'd go to like Cardiff. It would be fine. But I would be driving into Wales and getting very upset that I had to drive so far. So I completely understand why people are upset that it's England only. I'm down with people who wish they could get him in other places, but it's the confusion that gets me. I don't understand how people are confused about this, because it's a promotion with the English Football Association and the English football team. Obviously, it's going to be England only. It would be frankly weird if it was anything else. Okay, that's that rant over. So, the thing is, Pikachu on the ball was always a little bit different. Because the way Pikachu on the ball worked was, it wasn't given out in game. It was only given out when you ran a futsal team. It's like football with smaller ball and more skill-based and all of that. And the only way to get it was to basically be a kid who went to a futsal club, or be an unscrupulous adult who took them home when they should have been given to the kids, or buy from those unscrupulous people on the secondary market. And there were plenty of them out there, and they were literally people, and they didn't hide it very well. They were selling like their entire allocation, and you could click on their Facebook profile and easily see that they ran a futsal club. So I feel really sorry for, because a lot of children missed out on this because the people just took the cards and sold them on the secondary market for a quick profit. I didn't like this. And I didn't like the situation this put us in as collectors, because 4 of these cards were really available. 1 of them was really rare. And then there was a way to get it, but you kind of had to disappoint children to do so. And I never got the Pikachu because I didn't feel right about doing that. And I also didn't want to spend a huge amount of money on this. I'd resigned myself to the fact that I was not going to get this card. And if we go back, I mean, the earliest I have saved a Pikachu on the ball was from November 2021. I saved an image of Pikachu on the ball from November 2021, where it was being sold for £3,500. That is an absurd amount of money. That is a ridiculous amount of money. As a little side note, these ones are sealed on the front. The ones I got the other day are sealed on the back. I don't think it makes any real difference, but just a little difference I've seen between them. We could go back to May of this year, and they were being sold for £77, and that was after we saw the announcement that they were going to be sold in-game. And now, as it stands, you can walk along to Game in the UK and pick these up for, I bought a 3-pack blister of Silver Tempest, and I bought a loose pack of Silver Tempest for a total of £17.50, and then I got my Pikachu on the ball. Now, go and check out my opening to see how I did. Terribly. But I paid $17.50 and I got 4 packs of Silver Tempest and a Manaphy promo. Weirdly bought 3 in the Manaphy promos, none of the Togetic. That's clearly a misplay on my part. But they're just out there if you live in the UK. And by the UK, I mean specifically England. So now what? If you're in England, it's nice and simple. Hop down to game, jobs are good. And what if you're not in England? All I can tell you is I have been hooking up some of my friends. I can only buy so many Pikachu on the ball. I'm really sorry. I've had a bunch of people requesting I pick these up. All I can tell you is I'm doing the best I can. I cannot buy infinite Pikachu on the ball. I'm really sorry. But I'm hooking up some of my friends, and hopefully you've got a friend around who can hook you up. If not, it's honestly fine on eBay. Like, it's now a 20 quid card. Like, the top 3 listings are 20, 23, and 25. And don't get me wrong, like, yeah, fine, that's not perfect. But again, this was a card that was selling for £3,500 not that long ago. And now it's a 20 quid card. So, yes, I know a bunch of you are going to have to pick this up on eBay, for which I can only apologise. But it's a third of what it was back in May. It is a tiny fraction of what it was a year or two ago. And actually, no, it's not an ideal situation. I think I'm wonderfully naive in some ways. I just want all the promos to be available to everybody. And I know that's not how it works, and I know that's not feasible. I taught business for many years. I understand. I get it. I know why they're not all available to everyone. But in the same way I get sad when I see a US or a Japanese promo I'm not able to get hold of, I'm sure there are a bunch of people right now looking at this and getting a bit sad. All I can tell you is, at least they're getting super cheap. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is not nothing. But I did also promise you a look at some cards that I think it's fair to say, were not expecting. Yeah, we've got Sinnoh Friends and Hisui Friends. Yeah, like Gala Friends. Although, really annoyingly, it was called Gala Friends in Japan. And that's a nice name. It sounds good. It's called Friends in Gala over here. So it's going to be called Friends in Sinnoh and Friends in Hisui. And yeah, it's not as good a name, all right? But hey-ho. We got 2 new versions of this card. One based in the Sinnoh region and one based in the Hisui region. And here's the thing. As cards, they're very meh. It's your standard thing. You draw 3 cards. Just like Friends in Gala, just like a billion companion cards we've had over the years. Really since Gen 5. I think since Gen 5. And you've got the Hisui and Friends one where you've got Adaman, Irida, and the 2 protagonists. And then you've got Sinnoh Friends where you've got the 2 protagonists, plus you've got Barry, your rival. You've got Volkner, one of your gym leaders, and Cynthia, the champion. So, yeah. It's fine. The thing is, I mean, I like the artwork, don't get me wrong. But is it special? I'm not 100% sure it is. Certainly in terms of playability, we don't need those cards. Like, no ifs, buts, or maybes. These cards are completely pointless in terms of playability, and I will not be told otherwise. One thing that's also a little bit sad is the fact these have all been done by different artists. And don't get me wrong, they look cool. I think, and they're all just really good. But there was the opportunity here to have like a series of cards done by the same artist. And I love it when we got series of cards all done by the same artist. But anyway, I digress. So these are fine. Now show me the full arts. Because I think that's where we're going with this. Because Friends in Gala, full art of Friends in Gala, yes. And we've actually just had that in Silver Tempest. I don't know why it was 3 sets after the regular one in Brilliant Stars, but we did finally get it. The full art of Friends in Gala is a stunning card. Imagine if we get that for the other 2. And that's essentially what I'm trying to bring to your attention here. These cards are cool, don't get me wrong. I like these cards. I have absolutely no problem with these cards. These cards are fine. But I am desperately, desperately, desperately hoping that there's something else going on here. I am desperately, desperately hoping that we have got another version of these cards coming that are full art, and that's when the party can really begin. Can you imagine a page in your binder with all 3 of these on? And honestly, I would love it if there were more, one for every gen. As a side note, don't expect that. When we see these reveals in Japan, they tend to reveal sets of cards together. So the fact that they revealed both of these together, but they didn't reveal any others, should suggest to you pretty strongly that it's just going to be these 2 and no others. I would love to be wrong. Gen 5 is my Gen 7 I adore. I would love to see Gen 5 and Gen 7 versions of this. That would make me super duper 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 happy. I don't think it's happening, incidentally. I think it's very fair to assume at this stage we're getting these 2. But they gave us a full art last time. Incidentally, they wouldn't reveal the full art with this. Because the full art is a secret rare, they don't generally tend to reveal these at the same time. So the fact that they only revealed these 2 probably means that these are the only 2 there. However, and I'd love to be wrong. I'm not going to be sad if I'm wrong. However, it's also very, very fair to assume that there are full arts of these, and I don't know. Again, this is nothing but a prediction, but oh my word, can you imagine how cool they're going to look? I can, and I'm very excited. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but getting to make a video about Pikachu on the ball being readily available and the price absolutely crashing hilariously, and then the fact that we got these 2 cards coming that are probably going to have full arts as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a very happy boy today. But I want to know what you think. I want to know how excited you are for these cards. I want to know if you're going to be getting Pikachu on the ball. I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel. You can get some bonus podcasts, you can join a Discord and chat with us, and generally just have an awful lot of fun. Like the lovely AB3, who has been a supporter of ours for a very long time, one of our longest standing supporters, and is a very, very lovely person. So thank you for all the continued support, and thank you for being a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.